Hi everyone. So today for my video for the instructional practice, I'm going to be talking about the short story called Bluffing by Gail Helgeson. So just a little bit of context about the story overall. It is about two characters, Gabriella and Liam, and it starts with Gabriella going to the hospital to visit him at the hospital. We don't know what's happened, but it's clear that they're romantically involved. Something tragic has happened, and she's all over the place. They're in their mid-20s, and we know she's a teacher. A flashback occurs, and we see Gabriella. She's talking about commitment and how she wants Liam to sign a lease and to make her and their relationship a priority, whereas Liam is very much into his adventures and his different escapades with his co-worker named Clive, and how he just wants to make his career his focus. But Gabriella definitely likes hiking and nature and outdoors as well. She's actually arguably more knowledgeable in the area than he is. So they are going out for a hike, and they're having a little date, and she brings up the lease and living together. And he comes back and tells her he's actually telling her he's leaving for a few months on his newest adventure. She's finally had enough. She's upset. She wanders off, and she encounters a bear. She bluffs the bear by staying frozen, standing still, acts tough. And Liam is coming after her, comes up behind her, sees the bear, turns and runs. He ends up getting attacked. So that's a little bit of the context of the story. And now I'm going to read to you the final paragraph of this story. The nurse is back. She bends down to Gabriella. He'll be counting on your reaction, she says. Are you sure you feel up to it? Gabriella nods, but as she is ushered into Liam's private room, she is no longer so sure. He sits propped up in bed beside a table brimming with daffodils, carnations, and cards from the climbing team. He looks a bit like pictures she has seen of mummified Egyptian princes. Bandages wind round his scalp over his cheeks, forehead, and chin. Only his blue eyes, nostrils, and mouth are visible. What was it the doctor had told her after they airlifted him to the hospital? No damage to the vital organs? That's the main thing. Then he'd listed the injuries. Gabriella had to bite down on her fist to keep from screaming. Gabriella? Liam whispers. She goes to his side. Broad beams of light penetrate the room from the west window and hurt her eyes. I'm here, she says. She places her palm lightly over one of his bandaged hands. I'm glad, Liam stares at her unflinchingly. I thought you'd be here before this. I've been here every day for the last 3 weeks, Gabriella says. You've been sleeping most of the time. It's just hard for you to remember. You know I wasn't trying to run away up there, Liam says. You know that. Of course. I meant for the bear to come after me instead of you, he says. Gabriella's mouth feels dry. She looks at her outstretched fingers, the irregular roof her knuckles and joints form over Liam's bandaged hand. She wonders if she could move her hand if she tries. For a moment, she hears Clive's accusing voice and the bear's low grunt. The doctor sweeps into the room, and the nurse announces that they are ready to begin. The nurse starts to snip at the facial bandage. Liam's forehead emerges, what is left of his eyebrows, just shadowy lines, really, then his cheeks and chin. Beneath the bandages, the skin is all puffed up, mottled, with ridges of shiny, rubbery scar tissue crisscrossing like tributaries on a map. Gabriella's eyes linger on her feet. When the last bandage is removed, she pulls her chair closer to the bed and stretches her lips into a smile. She knows in her bones that she can manage this way, for the rest of the afternoon at least. She still has that much bluffing left in her. Okay, so short stories is one of my favorite units because it allows for interpretation, analysis, discussion of literary devices, and much more. So to answer the questions for the assignment, what are you highlighting? So when I'm teaching this, I am definitely highlighting her ability to bluff. So what is she bluffing about, and what is the significance of bluffing in the text as a whole? Is she just bluffing because of his appearance at the end? She doesn't want to startle him or seem like she's reacting? Or is she bluffing about their relationship as a whole? Does she believe that he actually ran away from the bear to protect her and distract the bear? Or does she think that he's lying and she's also bluffing, saying, yes, of course, I know that's what you're doing? Surprisingly, this causes a lot of debate in class. A lot of people even have ideas on who she is and whether she should have been running away in the first place because of commitment. And yeah, so that's one of the reasons why I highlight the story, or what I'm highlighting. So how do I approach it? I find it pretty easy. It's part of the short story unit. And I am a big believer that it doesn't matter the age. Everyone loves a good read aloud. So I've noticed it doesn't matter from grade 9 to grade 12, whether it's university, workplace, applied, whatever. Everyone enjoys a read aloud, especially when it's a short story. So that's how I typically approach it. And then why? Why is it an important learning outcome? So for me, it's important to recognize that other people have different interpretations. You need to read for meaning and understand there's more to a text than just what you read. There's always a deeper meaning, and we discuss different literary elements such as flashbacks, foreshadowing, point of view, etc. So I find something as small as a short story lesson or unit can actually cover a lot more bases than you originally expected to. Yeah, so for me, I personally just love this lesson because it started when I first did it, and when I actually got this resource from another teacher. It started as, here's a short story, read it independently and answer some questions. Now, I'm not saying that's wrong by any means, because a lot of students do learn best this way, but I've actually found that there's a lot of opportunity to differentiate the lesson, and there's more to it. So sometimes I have actually done a four-corner activity with students, dividing up whether they strongly agree, disagree, or strongly disagree. I'm really bad at discouraging a neutral kind of category. I kind of make people pick one way or another. And it actually brings out a great debate in the class. It also kind of is an opportunity for the triangulation of assessment and data to really listen to conversation and kind of see who's not really getting a deeper understanding from the text, and who's kind of thinking really critically and kind of carrying the thoughts and the discussion out loud. So this is a good opportunity for those who are more social and like to talk and discuss their thoughts, instead of just write the answers. So that's always fun. Another thing I like to do, I like to have a read aloud and two people act out Gabriella and Liam. It's actually quite entertaining. The students find it enjoyable to watch. Yeah, and there's just always opportunities to make a lesson more engaging. And I just find it opens up the doors to so many things. And short stories for me is such a great unit because there's ample opportunity to teach different things within such a quick and short unit. So yeah, that's pretty much it about the short story on bluffing. I hope you enjoyed this lesson, and I thank you for listening. Have a great day, and I look forward to seeing what each of you present your topic about. Have a good day.